So 3 prison inmates beat out 3 Harvard debate team members in a recent debate, proving what I've always thought, that street smarts trump book smarts. I actually think you should have a balance of both.
Yeah,
now,
agreed.
Right? And so, Adrienne, I want to know, would you consider yourself street smart or book smart?
I would consider myself both.
Okay.
Okay, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects of the Lower East Side. And my mom always told me common sense isn't very common. So she would always tell me, you know, when you have to do something, use common sense, use common sense. But at the same time, I was a straight A student, so...
That's good. That's really good.
But honestly, I'm going to be really honest. In my freshman year, I took physics, and I got straight A's in that. I've never used physics again in my entire life. I think the things that have really helped me was, like, common sense. And I think... using also your gut instincts is really important, and knowing how to use that and follow it.
You know, I'm really happy for these prisoners for beating the Harvard team, but they only got time on their hands. I mean, really. I mean, it's like,
but
y'all should win.
Lonnie, you're making a joke because it is not all prison systems have the best books
and they have
learning
a great
materials.
That particular prison has a great it's like an attorney system where they can study, and so they studied and they did things, and then when they did the debate, they beat them. But they do have time.
Well, that's what I was saying too, because I mean, all you have when they're in there, all they have is time, so they can, you know, brush up on the things that they didn't do while they were on the streets, and then they go in kind of with street smart, so they educate themselves. I mean, it's not really hard to believe.
Just because they're in jail doesn't mean they're not book smart either.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
That's true. Well, that proves it because they went through the system.
Yeah.
You know,
but if I am honest with myself,
okay.
guys, I started later in the game on my street smarts. My brother-in-law, hi Corey, he calls my sister and I the smartest ding-dongs he has ever met. Because my sister and I, we're very book smart.
Yes.
But in life, I mean, we leave our keys around, our purses around. And guys, my brother, this is a true story, he asked me a question. He said, Tamara, did you know they took naive out of the dictionary? I said, really? They did?
Oh my
I felt the most stupidest joke ever. So I'm working on my street smarts, but I am book smart.
I can tell you this. I would want the pilot of my plane to be book smart, okay? There's some people, you want them to study, okay?
Yeah, I want my doctor to be, you know, book
exactly.
smart.
I don't want him coming in hip-hop, no. Let me know what's going on with my body, doc, you know. So there are some instances where, you know, it's good to be street smart, it's good to be book smart, and it's good to be both. You know, we're not putting down nobody.
You
Good job.
There should be a balance of both.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I do celebrate news like this, though, because I think it's such an important reminder to everybody that once somebody has been incarcerated, once they are released, it's huge for us to give them an opportunity for employment. So things like this remind us that they are human beings, that you don't judge somebody on just a mistake, and that they deserve to be back in society.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Right?
100%.